Need for Speed is one of the longest-running racing games in the industry, and EA isn't afraid to keep coming back, year after year, building upon Need for Speed's success. This is the third entry for the next-generation consoles, but much different from the last two predecessors. This time around, Need for Speed takes you off the starlit streets, away from the illegal tuner wars. You'll be participating in organized racing events, each with their own modes, including grip mode, time attack, sector shootout, drag racing, and other varieties. Like previous Need for Speed games, you'll start at the bottom and work your way up, gaining more money to purchase hotter, faster rides. The sense of speed is a little slow at the beginning and may turn off some instant gratification racing fans. But once you move your way on up, the sense of speed and difficulty also ramp up. This gives you plenty of time to learn the feel of your favorite cars and get used to the progressively harder speeds and competitors. And the racing atmosphere is definitely here, which seems to be lacking in other racing titles, as you participate in individual race days, each with their own set of events. The goal here is not to merely win the race day, but to dominate it by earning the most points. The various events in race day make for a fun and unique racing experience. Grip racing is just like street racing. First one across the finish line wins. Time attack results are decided by who gets the best time, and of course, there's still plenty of drifting and drag racing in the drift and drag modes. Sector shootout is also fun, as racers have to dominate the most sections of the track and come out with the most points in order to win.
Do what you can with aftermarket parts, or feel free to improve on the car's OG design.
Car customization is still here, but it's never looked so good. You can customize the paint, apply vinyls, add decals, and edit every facet of your ride to produce the ultimate dream machine. And we have to admit that applying decals and vinyls isn't as easy as Forza 2, since there are no icons to sort through. Instead, you'll have to manage by going through a list of numbers, forcing you to individually preview hundreds of decals. And it certainly doesn't help that each icon takes 1 to 2 seconds to load. We're assuming most gamers will just pick a decal instead of sorting through the hundreds of numbered selections. We're thankful that at least the vinyls have been grouped by style, such as tribal, stripes, graphic, and more. Ultimately, if enough time is spent in the customization screen, the car truly feels like your own. And with the possibilities being so endless, the end result is a feast for the eyes. And it soon becomes clear how much time was spent on each car model. These are some of the best looking cars to date, and the reflections make the cars look truly polished. But it's not what the car looks like that matters, but how the car feels. This is where at times Need for Speed can feel like a mixed bag. Maybe it's because of the distinct handling of each car, but we can't help but notice that the cars feel too weighted down at times and not responsive enough on the controls. This is more evident at the beginning than later on, and the handling does begin to sink in when you spend more and more time with your favorite rides. And one important addition to note in this Need for Speed is damage. Damage isn't anything new in the racing genre, but has finally made its way into the series. The difference here is that when you damage your car, you have to pay for it no matter what, with your hard-earned cash. Restarting won't help you avoid damage costs. If you attempt to restart, you can choose to race with your car damaged, or repair using a repair marker or cash. This is a very worthy addition, as it forces you to play by the rules or suffer the consequences. You'll progress through the career by dominating race days and winning challenges. And once you're done with the career, you can hop online to race fellow competitors or jump into the separate race day mode to play for fun.
More money, more cash, more flow, more dough, even more soul, even more cash, even more dough. More time to spit lines, hit
What's interesting is that even though Need for Speed is in a different light, the game still has even more style than the original. The cars, tracks, and racing atmosphere all look and sound great. And as mentioned earlier, EA has gone to great lengths to make these cars look and sound like the real thing. And somehow, even with your own vinyls and decals applied to the car, the reflections are still maintained and give the cars that shiny, polished look. The only surprising element missing is the blur effect, as seen in previous Need for Speeds. We've become so acquainted to this over-the-top effect that we already find ourselves missing it from Pro Street. The sense of speed in the game is still maintained, however, as you zip through a variety of track environments, each sporting a unique theme. The announcer in the game is a nice touch, and further enhances the racing atmosphere the game is aiming for. And if you want to see some of the best smoke effects in the business, this game has it. The development team worked hard on portraying realistic smoke and did an excellent job making it look as dynamic as the real thing. The presentation is done very nicely too, and the team decided to do away with those corny cutscenes that started with Most Wanted. While it would have been cool to see more cutscenes to portray the tense moments in the game, we feel that the series is taking a step in the right direction by focusing more on racing and less on cheesy actors. Muscle cars are also here to stay, and the game offers plenty of cars to choose from, including BMW, Dodge, Chevy, Honda, Lamborghini, Nissan, and Porsche, just to name a few. They look especially impressive when you showcase them in the selection menu. You can even pause the game and go into photo mode to take a look at every inch of your ride. The track design is also done very well, with plenty of turns and change in elevation to keep you on your toes. Even though they have done away with the open-ended cities, the tracks are littered with spectators, signs, blimps, and all kinds of goodies. Each track also has its own lighting, including sunrise, day, and sunset. The only omission here is night racing. It'd be nice to see a Need for Speed game that includes both night and day. Overall, we're pleased with the new direction the game is taking. This way, it offers more variety and emphasis on racing, while maintaining the roots of the tuner culture.
There's nobody home.